Good day and welcome back to another Legends video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the story event, and this is going to be the story event or the original series event that you are going to have to do to get one of the units that are very helpful in the current hyperdimensional co-op, and that is Frieza. So this is one of the two units that I'll be covering. This is Frieza's story event. So basically it's very straightforward. You're going to want to finish the normal stage difficulty missions, which will then unlock the hard stage difficulty missions. Once you've unlocked the hard stage difficulty missions, you will have the ability to complete the bonus event stages, and upon completing those bonus event stages you will unlock the daily event stage that will allow you to pick up some really valuable Zenkai awakening power. It's very important as you complete each stage that you look at the challenges, because completing these challenges is going to help you complete the story event missions, and they are relatively straightforward to get through. So make sure that you complete the stage challenges. They are usually not too crazy. The one thing you want to unlock as quickly as possible is the Zenkai awakening stage. This will drop 100 Zenkai power every single day, and is of great value to you as it's going to save you a lot of stamina and a lot of time if you invest in it and remember to do it every single day. It's going to really cut down on the ticket requirements to Zenkai Awaken Frieza. Now, of course, if you go through the stage information, you can see there that Frieza is obviously available, and you also can pick up his Zenkai power from here. Frieza is not great anymore. I wouldn't say he's entirely usable in any way, shape, or form, at least in a hyper competitive team, but he's going to help you with the interdimensional co-op, and he can help you with other story event requirements as well. Not to mention, there are some decent bits of gear that you can get here, mainly for Frieza or Wicked Bloodline units, but also for Frieza Saga units as well. So there is some decent gear that you can invest in. There's a lot of good stuff that you can farm out of these missions. Frieza himself is relatively useful, but his main usability is going to be in the hyperdimensional co-op as a unit you can utilize to have an extended bonus in taking on the stage. So that's kind of his main usability and why I am covering this event as is. Frieza himself, yeah, I wouldn't use him in comp, but like I said, he's not terrible or anything like that. And basically you're going to want to run the daily bonus battle. Once you've run it and completed it, you can skip it every single day for very, very easy Zenkai awakening power. You can also alternatively run the Zenkai awakening stage as much as you want to obtain Zenkai awakening power. It will just cost you a lot of tickets and a lot of energy, which is fine if you don't really mind expending that. Not to mention, there are also missions that you can complete. These missions that you complete will give you some chrono crystals, which is always great. You can use chrono crystals pretty much for obviously summoning, but it'll give you quite a few chrono crystals, which is always something that's really, really cool. Not to mention, it'll also give you some Zenkai power for Frieza, and will give you some pretty decent resources for him as well. Not to mention Zenkai souls, which you can use for him or other units, and also the main thing being the chrono crystals, and of course also the Z awakening and the Z power for him as well. Most of it is reliant on you completing challenges with the Frieza, or the challenges within the missions that are within the stage. It also includes, of course, raising his friendship, which is important for a lot of these challenges. So that's pretty much it when it comes to everything that you kind of need to know. There is also a challenge stage for this event. This challenge stage will drop 50 chrono crystals, which is obviously pretty helpful. It's a nice little pickup if you can afford to get it, basically. But yes, it is always really nice to pick up free chrono crystals, essentially, especially since it's pretty easy to get them. Frieza does have a really, really nice bonus to his abilities, so you can use Frieza if you wish, and he'll give you a nice bonus. I highly suggest that you Zenkai awaken him to at least Zenkai 1 to really get a easier time around using him. So yes, I do suggest that you pick him up as a Zenkai, but other than that, There's not a huge factor in Zenkaiing him, barring obviously the usability of him in this stage. I wouldn't say he's that useful in competitive, but yes, if you want to take on the stage, I do suggest at least Zenkaiing him. You don't have to invest any orbs into him, but Zenkaiing him will probably be something that's worth your time. Now, in terms of this actual stage itself, there's not too much that you need to know. There's not too much that you're going to need to utilize or do. It's not a hyperdimensional co-op or anything. The event is pretty straightforward. As you can see, Frieza does plenty of damage, which is why I suggest investing in him. But yeah, Frieza does plenty of damage, which helps you out through the most part. And yeah, overall, I think there's a lot of decent value in this. 50 chrono crystals may not sound like a lot, but I mean, it's a decent whack, and the stage also counts towards the actual missions for the event itself. So there is some decent value in doing this stage. Highly suggest that you look at completing it, if not for the chrono crystals, then doing it for the missions to help you strengthen up your Frieza, because like I said, Frieza can be used in the current Sizzling Summer Bootcamp hyperdimensional co-op event, and that is, you know, always a plus. It's always a plus to be able to utilize a unit for something else, and Frieza is no exception. So highly suggest that you contemplate grabbing yourself Frieza and finishing up this challenge event if you can. It will just save you some time and some pain if you look at picking him up. But otherwise, beyond that, there isn't too much usability for him. So if you are obviously not interested in picking him up or anything like that, then don't feel the need that you have to. Beyond using him for the hyperdimensional co-op, there's not a lot of value in picking up Frieza. So barring this challenge battle for 50 chrono crystals and the current hyperdimensional co-op, there's no real need, but there is 1,000 chrono crystals from his missions as well. So it's just going to be entirely up to you and what you think is worth your time. But for me personally, I think it's well worth your time, especially as a new player. I think it's 100% something that you should look at doing. I think it will help you a lot. I think it will do a lot of good work for you. And yes, overall, I think it's well worth the value. But that is pretty much going to be it in terms of this event. There's nothing else really that you need to know. There's no like secret mechanics or anything beyond that. Like I said, just Zenkai him, take him into the challenge stage, and you should have a decent time. Now with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck, have fun, leave a comment if you need any more help, and bye.